Hey, what's going on, Maschine Masters? My name is MGTheFuture. Thank you for joining us today. Today's video I will be using Studio One version 4, and hopefully I can show you some workflow enhancements that I developed over time. But this particular feature that Studio One has helps me do this particular thing very easy, and it's the way that it handles presets. Most programs allow you to store presets and multis and things like that on a per device or per instrument basis. However, Studio One will let you take presets from any instrument or any location basically and store it in any folder that you want to, meaning you could create individual favorites folders for pretty much anything you want. In this case, I want to create a palette of sounds or go-to presets to help me make beats. In particular, let's say type beats, something like a boomin type beat. And I know that sounds funny coming from me, but I mean it pretty seriously. So the first thing I want to do is go to Files, and under Files, I'm going to go to my Studio One folder. Usually Files looks like this, and basically Studio One is the root folder that's installed into Documents on most systems. And what I want to do is right-click, do a new folder, and we can call this anything. I'm going to call it Fave Boomin type beats, right? Now from here, I can go to all my VSTs that I have, Omnisphere, Silent, Serum, whatever it is that you use. And anytime you go through these presets, and some of them have hundreds, if not thousands of them, you could take these presets and add them to that folder. And it's very useful and very clutch. But to make this a little bit simpler and even more interesting, I'm actually going to use Boomin presets. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but a lot of people hunt presets that producers use. So for instance, I'm going to do Boomin, Omnisphere. Sometimes you'll come up with like results that are like fake banks and stuff or type banks, but some people on the Reddit forums will help you find the exact preset name. So as you go through the threads, you just look for the word Omnisphere. You could do Command F or Control F, do Omnisphere, boom. So he has a few, he has Chaotic Vibes, Lotus Flute, Astral Plane. That's all I needed to know. So I'm gonna go to my Omnisphere instance, bring it on in. I'm gonna go to the search up here. That first one is Chaotic Vibes. Let's see what that's about. So what I'm going to do is go back to Files where I created that folder. I'm going to go to my mixer, and where it says Omnisphere right here, I'm going to drag it into this folder, Boomin type beat. And now I'm going to call it Metro Keys Chaotic Vibes. Boom. That's all she wrote. Let's go through a few more of them though. The next one was Astral Plane, they believe. And you want these to use keywords and things that you resonate with. So you don't have to name them the same way I do. You could just name it the actual preset name. I think that's what they're talking about. It's Astral Planetarium. And then I want to drag this out again. Metro Pad Astral Planetarium. And then he had another one, Lotus Flute. Lotus Flute is actually one that I use a lot. So that's an MG type sound. I've been using Lotus Flute since the jump. Right here where it says instruments, I'm just dragging it on over. So far I got pads, I got keys, I got everything that I need. Boom. And you can just rinse and repeat this particular process over and over and over again. Now we actually want to see it in action. So I'm gonna go back to Chaotic Vibes, drag it in. Omnisphere pop up and Chaotic Vibes will load. I'm gonna go to Astral Planetarium, drag it in, Omnisphere pop up, and that preset will load. So these presets are these small files that it leaves on your computer. It's a PreSonus preset file, but it triggers your VST to open the last instance it was in. So you can do this with effects too, and I have some where I have like my favorite lo-fi plugins, and then if I go to these effects, I can expand it, and I can drag in, let's say, my Akai S950 emulation, and that'll come right up. So these files and these folders are very useful. Now that I have these different things, I can actually create stuff with it, which is very useful. For File Studio One, or just click on your Studio One tab, boom, they're all here. So I got Planetarium, Vibes. Now I'm going to my drum kits. I think I'm going to go to the Maschine Masters shop, royalty-free loops, because I think some of these have MIDI in it. So bells. It plays right through the sounds. So I'm going to drag this in. Brass, what does that sound like? Let's try a different one. Oh, there's one that has a flute in it. This is Mask On. I might have to switch these up. And now you could just do drums and things like that. So let's pull in Let's go to impact real quick. Let's change the color up. I feel some kind of way. Go to files. We got some drums too. I think the snare style is still good to go. These I'm gonna switch to 32s. Increase the number of steps. And since Metro's sampling a lot lately, put my lo-fi effects on this bus. Start it from the top. And to me, I think that's the easiest way, if you're going about the type beat wave, to do it. You come up with your own stuff, use your own ingredients, but having the sonic palette ready at your disposal helps, especially if you're like in a situation where you're stuck and you're like, I don't know what sound to use next. Well, you can just go into your sonic palettes and go through some of your favorite tracks, some of your favorite producers, however you want it. Even like on a strict sense, if you don't know what presets they're using, what you can do is listen to some of their instrumentals or tracks or something on YouTube and just spend a couple hours listening to tracks and then going through your presets and finding sounds similar. So for instance, you might make folders for songs, so on and so forth. Also, you can do the same thing for your own beats. If you have a lot of beats that you're selling the most or leasing the most or get the most downloads and raps over them, open those up and drag the presets out and make a folder for, you know, the sounds that are in sold beats. I mean, the way you do this is limitless, but the objective is to have everything organized so you can get straight to work. I made this track in literally like 5 clicks. Probably took 2 minutes, right? Arrange it, stretch it out, add some automation, and I'm really done. But hopefully you guys find that beneficial. I want to thank you guys for joining us today. If you're not a subscriber already here at the Maschine Masters, definitely subscribe. And if you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at MGTheFuture. Be sure to follow at Maschine Masters. Until next time, guys, peace.